Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans! I'm Kelly One Shot, and this is the Post-Crisis Podcast. And today, we're going to talk about Batman number 77 from DC Comics, written by Tom King, with artwork by Mikhail Yanin. Okay, so this is issue number 77 of Batman. We only actually have, counting this issue, 9 issues left in this epic Tom King DC Rebirth run of Batman. We start this issue off where we see Gotham Girl in her new Robin suit flying above Gotham City as Damian Wayne, the one true Robin at this point, is running through Gotham City as he's trying to make his way into the city of Bane, which has been taken over by Bane, obviously, as Batman was defeated from his father, and his father gave Gotham City to Bane because his father doesn't want Batman to be Batman anymore. And now we're into this whole mess. Meanwhile, Alfred is actually being kidnapped by Bane and the Batman from the Flashpoint timeline. So Damian is trying to make its way through the city to save Alfred, and he's having to deal with Gotham Girl, and she's shooting lasers down on Damian. He's doing his best to dodge and avert anything that she throws at him. They're kind of having this playful back and forth, and eventually Robin pulls out the wand of Clarion the Witch Boy, and he hits Gotham Girls with ties that bind, which wrap these magical chains around Gotham Girl. And then Damian actually says something that he said earlier in the Tom King run of Batman, which I believe he was talking about Superman at the time, and that is that he said it before: super people are not so hard. Draw a circle on the ground, then a pointy star, chat with some demon, blah blah blah, my soul, blah blah blah, presto changeo, abracadabra, you're done. Damian easily takes care of Gotham Girl, and he makes his way further throughout Gotham City. Meanwhile, we actually see that Selina Kyle is cooking a meal as Bruce Wayne is resting and recovering, as she has recently found him when he was wounded mortally and trying to recover enough so he can get back to Gotham City to take it back over. We actually then go back into Gotham, and we see more of Bane's, police force, which are the other villains and criminals throughout Gotham City. Here in particular, we see that it is Scarecrow and Victor Zsasz, and they're acting as detectives, and they're pretty much just causing trouble, more so than they are actually instilling any kind of justice. We then actually see Damian jump down and easily make his way through the two of these, Victor Zsasz and the Scarecrow. Damian just kind of kicks Zsasz in the face and moves along. We then actually go back to Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle, and the two kind of just butt heads, and Bruce straight up tells her that he lost this fight between its father, and that's that. We then go back to Gotham, where we actually see the Flashpoint Batman, Thomas Wayne, standing on a gargoyle, looking down Gotham City, and he says, "Do not make this mistake. I am not a silly villain, or a bumbling police officer. I am not a pretender to the throne, destined to fail. I'm Batman." And then Damian says, "No, you're not. I know who you are. When I'm bored, I break into the Hall of Justice archives and read their fancy secret stuff. You're the old one, from another world. The one who let his wife become the Joker, who couldn't save her, as she fell and fell and fell. You're the one who let his whole universe collapse because of a button. You're the one who gave up Gotham to Bane." So Damian is defiant, and he says, "You are not Batman. You're just pathetic." And then Damian punches Batman right in the face. This is obviously the Flashpoint Batman, but this is really epic from Damian, because he's like, "Yo, you're not Batman, who are you? I'm Robin, goddammit." Then Damian actually says, again, "No, you're not Batman. We're actually not related. You're fake. You're ancient. I'm Robin, and I'm here to beat you into the damn ground." So Damian is just standing up very confidently to his other world's version of his grandfather, and this was a really badass moment. I really enjoyed it. We actually then go back to, it looks like France, where Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne are having another meal, and they're talking about having to go back into Gotham, taking the city back from Bane. Selina mentions that Bane and the villains are strong and you're hurt, and they'll win and you'll die. Bruce says that he dies, but it'll be a great death. This Gotham is where his mother and his father died, and so will he. We then go back into the fight between Damian and Thomas Wayne, and the two of them are just kind of going back and forth, and basically Thomas Wayne is telling Damian that you knew what the price was from coming into Gotham City, that if any Bat family member entered this city, that we would have to take care and kill Alfred, because that was the plan that Bane put out there, and he let the Bat family know, like, you come into this city, you try to take this city back, and I'm going to kill Alfred. Straight up. So, in this fight, Damian actually loses to Thomas Wayne, and he gets taken down, and then he actually gets dragged back to Wayne Manor. But we actually then go back to Bruce and Selina, where the two of them are walking through Paris, and Bruce says that he's seen the scenario play out 1,000,000 times, he's seen every plan, and this is the way that it has to be. Then Selina actually looks at Bruce and she says, you know what, you haven't learned a damn thing. You don't actually see everything. You're a stupid, beautiful man after all this time. You still can't see me. So she's letting him know that she is going to be there for him in his attempt to take Gotham City back over from Bane. We then go back into Wayne Manor, where Damian is, like, crying. He's beaten. One of his lenses on his mask is torn up, and he's crying, and he looks in horror as Bane snaps Alfred's neck. And this is mainline series Batman. This is a canon DC universe here. And if we're led to believe that that's Alfred and Bane just snapped Alfred's neck, then this is going to be a huge moment that will have ripples throughout DC Comics. And it's going to have ripples throughout the Batman mythos for a long time to come. Especially if they actually kill Alfred. And that's actually him that we're seeing there. And if he remains dead for a long period of time, that's going to be big for Batman. This comic could be really huge. I didn't really see the death of Alfred advertised in any type of way, so we'll see how that goes down, and if that is really the case. But Damian is like, how could you? You know, he's defeated here. And then Thomas actually assures Damian that the Bat family, you think that they're going to come now that Alfred's dead, but we're going to let them know that we have a new hostage, you. So if they come in here, we'll kill you, Damian. Then we actually return to Bruce Wayne and Selina. Bruce is now wearing his real Batman suit, and Selina is wearing the purple Catwoman suit, and she says to Bruce that you want to take back our city, Bat? You want revenge for what they've done? Let me show you the way. So she is going to show Batman a plan that he himself couldn't see, and there's only, like I said, after this issue, there's only 8 issues left in the Tom King run. Then there is going to be a 12-part miniseries that Batman's going to do with Clayman, and that's going to be a Batman Catwoman story. So it's really going to be the next 15 issues of what was going to be the 100-issue run of Tom King, which is now an 85-issue run, but he's still doing the 12-part series, which is Batman and Catwoman. So clearly that was where he was going, was that series. I don't actually know what the direct plans are going forward from here after Batman issue 85, and who's going to be the new writer, and who's going to take over, and what we're going to do. Are we going to carry on the story? What are we doing here? How are we moving forward from this? I don't know. And I don't like reboots. I'm always into a new writer, but I'm not liking reboots. I like continuality. I like a universe that extends and expands forward and backwards in time, and is long running, and something that you really want to invest in. So I get really nervous right now during DC Comics with Doomsday Clock being a real end type event, if they ever finish that. The direction has really changed and shifted around. We're seeing a lot of new things happen, and a lot less of the connected webs that made me excited at the beginning of Rebirth. I really hope they get back to that message and really kind of address that story that still hasn't been finished, and who took the time, who altered it, and who changed things, and who is manipulating events in the background of DC Comics. We do also have Scott Snyder's big, huge event going on with the Year of the Villain that's kind of spreading out into all these titles, where it really seems like DC Comics is really trying to invest in their villains and upgrading their villains, and I think that's really cool because it makes every time a hero defeats someone who's tougher, it makes the hero look better. So to be a good hero, you need true villains to conquer, true villains to overcome. So I'm excited for this Year of the Villains, and then we also have Leviathan, which happened last week, which we found out that the Red Hood was being set up, so that was kind of obvious. And then also just, I saw Tim Drake's new suit, which is going to be in, what is it going to be? Young Justice comic book from Brian Michael Bendis there. It's this new brown, black, and yellow suit. When I first saw it, I straight up thought it was a UPS suit. I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm indifferent about it. I'm wondering where his cape is and why there's no red in it. But either way, yeah, there's that. And that had nothing to do with this Batman book. I'm Kelly One Shot. Why don't you take care, have a great day, and goodbye!